the transfer window is closed. Teams have made their moves. We have some data to base this video upon. We are going to rank the 10 best signings of the summer. And we are going to do it without any tribalism or any bias. Helping me do it is the wonderful Liban from SDS. Sir,
come on, yeah.
It is an honour. Thank you.
No, honestly, I genuinely feel honoured to be here.
Mate, thank you so much.
On, Rory, we go way back.
Yeah, mate.
SDS, yeah, we go really way back. And obviously, Northwest legend as well. So,
mate, you're very kind.
Kind of makes sense.
And it's actually, it's a joy to have you on. And before we go any further, I need to let everybody know, Liban has his own channel. The link is in the description below, so make sure that you check that out. There's going to be some wonderful content on there. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to rank the best signings of the summer. Okay, coming in at number 10. Who is your 10th best signing of the summer?
I've gone with Jack Grealish. So I put Jack Grealish there from obviously signed to Everton. I think it's a big one for Everton. I think a player with that quality, obviously a player with that such a big name as well. The quality he brings, obviously, I think is something that Everton's been lacking for quite a while. They've obviously had wingers like Jack Harrison in the past, Dwight McNeil, who done okay for them, but I think this is another level. I think he's a player that really and truly, if we're gonna admit, no disrespect to Everton, shouldn't be at a club like Everton.
He's a Champions League footballer.
Yeah, he's a Champions League footballer. So I think they've done really well to bring him in, and obviously you can see already, just 3 games in, how much of an impact he's already had at the club. Yeah. And they already love him. I love him.
I love Grealish. I mean, he's on my list, but nowhere near 10th.
Oh, you had a bit higher, a lot higher.
We're going to be talking about Grealish. We're going to be talking about Grealish again.
Okay.
But everything you said, I agree with. I think I just agree with it even more than you do because I've got him so much higher.
Yeah.
In 10th, I've gone for Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott, okay.
Harvey Elliott to Villa.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good signing. Like, it hasn't really gone Villa's way. Their transfer activity didn't necessarily go as they would hope it would have gone. They obviously missed out on the Champions League football last day of the season. That moment against Bayern it really cost them in the transfer window. But bringing in a player like Harvey Elliott kind of changes the window because I wasn't impressed with it. Like they said, it's on Lindelof.
On a free transfer.
It's on Jadon Sancho. I think Jadon Sancho is like one of the worst signings you could make.
They're signing our scrubs. Yeah.
But I think Elliott's a lovely footballer.
Yeah.
And bringing him in is the kind of signing that would be good for the future aspirations of Villa. So I've gone Elliott in 10th.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I like Harvey Elliott. I think he's a top footballer, and I think he should have realistically. I think he should have left Liverpool a little bit sooner. Yeah. But of course, being at a club like Liverpool, you always wanna.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard.
It's such a difficult decision to make for players because on one hand, I completely agree with you. On one hand, you need to be playing. He's a good enough player to almost be the jewel in the crown of a team. Like teams would be built around him. Yeah. But equally, it's one of the dreams of football to play at Anfield. Yeah. So it's hard to walk away from as well.
Yeah. I just feel like right now at Aston Villa, obviously they've got Morgan Rogers that kind of plays in this position, and I feel like I find it a little bit hard to see where currently he fits in that team, unless obviously there's talks about Morgan Rogers potentially leaving later on, but I just feel like right now with Harvey Elliott, there's possibilities where he may not still be playing every single game. I don't know if you. I don't
think Emery works a way of accommodating all of the top players.
Unless he finds a way where he can fit them all in, but then it just means that one of the other players, one of the other attacking options, just have to basically sit, which is not a bad thing because they're playing Europa League football. There will be opportunities to get lots of games, but I just feel like I think there could have been teams where Harvey Elliott would just come in straight away, have his role, and he could be like that big player for that team. I think right now he might have to bide a bit more time before he becomes that player. So we'll see how it works. I think all in all, it's still a good move for him.
No doubt.
I'm just waiting to see.
And a good move for Villa. I think everybody kind of wins here, and Liverpool win as well because they get the money. Who have you gone for in 9th?
I've gone 9th. I've gone for Rangers.
Okay,
So I think he's.
Do you think he's that 9th best signing?
Do you know what it is? I remember watching him in the Euros. I'm thinking, this is a good player, but then didn't think much of it after that. Like I didn't keep tabs on him. I heard his name here and there sometimes at AC Milan, but never really got to look into him too much. And then he's come to City and he's kind of like blown me away a little bit.
That first game, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Against Molineux, he was fantastic.
Bro, incredible. And then I was saying that he's a mixture of like Gundogan, De Bruyne, and all these, obviously all these Man City legends. But so far from what I've seen, I know City haven't had the greatest result, but he's definitely been like their standout player. Yeah. And now, obviously, kind of going to say, I'm kind of interested to see how important it becomes, because I've seen people make some claims saying, like Fuad, for example, from SDS, he's already said that he thinks by the time Rangers leaves Man City, he's going to be a Man City legend. So that's so that's a big statement to make. But those are the type of statements I'm already seeing. Man.
I've seen nothing yet to see. Look, he's a very good player, and that game at Molineux was excellent. But you know when you're filling in for Kevin De Bruyne effectively,
of course,
I feel like you're almost always on a hiding to nothing. It's so difficult, isn't it?
It is.
It's like whoever, you know, when we always talk about managers, don't we? Whoever followed Ferguson, it was going to be a really difficult thing to do. Whoever follows De Bruyne in that Man City midfield, got his work cut out.
I think also that his role is a bit more different, where he has to kind of collect the ball a little bit more deeper and then kind of drive with the ball. But his ball carrying is like so elite. Yeah, like he can actually his close touch, his little close control, wiggling his way through 3-4 man. He's
really got that Dutch thing going on. You know, that like Dutch control.
He's really got that, hasn't he?
So
I had him at 9th.
I've gone Brian and Burmo.
Okay.
I've gone Brian and Burmo in 9th.
Yeah.
Which I think is good. It's impressive. Yeah. Like 9th is decent.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good signing. I think not only do I think he's a good player, but I think he is the kind of signing that Manchester United needed to make. I think he only scored 44 goals last season. Yeah. So you have to score goals. Like you need a new front line. And the easiest way to sort out that front line is to just go into the transfer market and sign a player who is a proven Premier League goal scorer. So I think that one works. Obviously, you're a United fan. Are you happy with Mbeumo?
Yeah, 100%. I think he's a player that we've been crying out for not just for this season, but for so many years. We haven't had, in my opinion, a proper right-sided winger, right-sided attacker since literally Cristiano Ronaldo left back in 2009. If we actually look at, we haven't had a right-sided natural winger, someone that can actually naturally play on the right-hand side since then. And he's actually come back to the club. Left the club again, and we still haven't solved that position. So it's so crazy. We obviously play like Juan Mata, Jesse Lingard at times. We had Antonio Valencia, but then he got kind of deployed to right back. He was a bit more too one-dimensional. So we've never had somebody on that right-hand side position to really fill that void for almost, we're talking about 15 years. So it's nice to finally have that. And then, like you said, also the pedigree. He's just a goal scorer. And I thought he looked very good. I know it didn't necessarily go his way, but I thought he looked very good against Fulham. I know it was a bad day at the office for Manchester United, but finding the silver lining of what was a bad day at Craven Cottage. I thought Mbeumo was it. I thought he looked good. And I think he's the only one of the front three. I know it was against Grimsby, but he's the only one of the front three to have scored so far. So I feel like he is a good signing, the kind of signing Manchester United should make, and I've put him in 9th. I had him a bit higher. I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about it again. But I had him a bit higher. But and are we doing 8th now?
Who have you gone for in 8th?
8th, Mateus Cunha.
Okay.
I put Cunha in just because I think he's a player or an attacker that I feel like Manchester United needed in a different way to Mbeumo. I just think Cunha's got that sort of level of arrogance, but also the mannerisms of a Manchester United attacker.
I know exactly what you mean. He's got the personality.
He's got the personality to wear the shirt, and I think already he's kind of shown that excitement, like against the Arsenal. You know, he had every one of us off our seat. You know, every time he touched the ball, you just felt like something was about to happen. And I think we haven't had that type of player in quite some time as well.
He's got that magic. I do agree that he's got that magic. And I rate him. I rated him really highly at Wolves. To be totally honest with you, he's not on my list.
He's not on your list?
He's not on my list. Not necessarily because I don't rate him. I just think that there's some remarkable footballers that have moved this summer, and therefore there just wasn't room for him on the list. Do you think he's going to be what you need him to be?
Yeah.
Do you?
I was a little bit uncertain before the season started, because I was thinking, obviously Amram has a system, he fits the system, but how will he kind of adapt? Because we've seen attackers come and go at Man United, and a lot of them have tend to fail. So I was kind of like just a bit worried, a bit more cautious. But I think he's come in and immediately he's just for me, he just hit the ground running. I know he's injured now, but I think he's a player that.
Do you know what I feel like you need? You need you to be right here. Manchester United need your assessment of this. Because you and I have very different assessments. You put him on a list and I haven't. For me to be correct is a complete disaster for Manchester United.
100%.
For you to be correct, it could be the start of something new. That's 100%. How important the magician like Mateus Cunha could be.
Do you want me to say something? And it might come back to bite me.
Go on.
But I compared the Mbeumo Cunha signing to when, obviously a year apart, but when Liverpool signed Mane and Salah. Like, it could be that if we nurtured these two signings correctly, generally, bro, I think it could be that. Because I look at Mbeumo and I feel like Mbeumo's kind of coming to this United team at a similar age when Salah's coming, with obviously coming out of Italy. But I think what Mbeumo's already done in the Premier League, he has the potential to be a Salah. But again, it does come down to the environment, the club, how the club nurtures it. But I feel like those two players could be like staples in that team.
What you're saying, I mean, that is the dream for Manchester United.
That's a dream.
And you do get that. You do get situations where a club signs a player and then the club is never the same club again. Yeah. You know, there is Manchester United, they signed Eric Cantona. They became a different club. Yeah. They became a winning machine off the back of the Cantona signing. And the levels just changed. Yeah. The tide rose when Cantona arrived. Yeah. And I think you're totally right to compare to Mane and Salah. Yeah. Those two players arrived and there was like the club weren't the same again. It's like when they signed Kenny Dalglish, when they signed Graham Souness, the club changed. And the Salah signing changed the club from a team that couldn't win a Premier League to a team that were always contenders for Premier Leagues. Yeah, and it changed. It could bite me. It could bite me. It could bite me. Praise,
but
mate.
It's like it's what I hope. It's like it's obviously what I hope for.
Yeah, it's bite. But it's optimism.
Yeah, optimism. But it could bite me.
It's wildly optimistic in my opinion. But look, at some point, Manchester United are going to make the signing that changes the fortunes of the club. At some point,
it has to.
Whether it's in our lifetime or not, it's a different.
That's a different story. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Do you know who I went in 8th? Yeah, I went Palhinha at Tottenham.
No, that's a brilliant signing. I think it's a sign that Man United should actually went for. To be honest with you, 100%. Like we should have went for.
It's the exact signing that Manchester United should make, but it's also the exact signing that Tottenham needs to make. It wasn't going well with Basuma. They've signed a player who's better than Basuma. And do you know what I think is interesting? Yeah. If you notice the relationship between Bayern and Tottenham, it seems to constantly be Bayern and Tottenham. They do a deal, Eric Dyer. They do a deal, Tell. They do a deal, Kane. They do a deal, Palhinha. Yeah. It makes me think: is there kind of some sort of friendship going on? Yeah, and if Kane leaves, does he go back to Tottenham?
I could see that happening, to be fair. Maybe like like kind of what Bale did, like one season. You know, come back,
get a record.
Yeah, like a comeback.
Come back and try and get a record.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Obviously, we know like some clubs have a good relationship with other clubs. That kind of tends to happen now. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a very good relationship between Tottenham
but the Palhinha one,
that one, no.
What do you reckon?
No, they really hit. Now you're making me rethink my list.
You're making me rethink to be on it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I feel like he does need to be on it, just because I think the quality of the player and the fact that they're not really paid much. Obviously, it's a low risk move. They've gone for a loan move,
and it changes their midfield.
It does.
Changes what they're capable of doing. 100%. Gives Frank a totally different option. Yeah. So I went Palhinha in 8th. In 7, I got Donnarumma. What about you, 7?
I completely left out Donnarumma.
Did you leave out Donnarumma? See, with regard to him, I just don't think that we can leave him out at all. I just think that what Manchester City have done in the transfer market broadly, I don't think has been totally impressive. On some levels it has, on some levels it hasn't. But losing Ederson, who is probably the best goalkeeper they've ever had, and bringing in the current best goalkeeper in the world, is that fair to say?
I would say he's one of the best, for sure. Top 3, it's arguable.
It's just a great move.
I think it's a great move on paper. I think when I look at Man City's style of football and then look at obviously some of the flaws that Donnarumma carries, as great as he is, he's one of the best shot stoppers in the world, period. We've seen that in the Champions League last season, but and in the Euros, and he's got the pedigree. But I just think the style of football that Guardiola plays, and knowing that he always likes to have his goalkeepers being able to play football from their feet. And then we know that Donnarumma, that's probably his weakest.
Do you think that maybe Guardiola's going to do something different? Do you think they're going to go long to Haaland?
Yeah, he has to. He has to do something different because obviously we've seen kind of Guardiola go for players now of recent times, or goes for players that don't really fit his style. Obviously Haaland being one, but then Haaland is a good striker. As long as he puts the ball in the back of the net, no one's really going to talk about it much. But with a goalkeeper, I find it a little bit more different. Yes, maybe with saves, the argument could be made with saves, but I just feel like the way a style of football, everything kind of starts with the keeper. The keeper's almost like
they start the attacks.
They start the attacks. So if the goalkeeper's not able to distribute and make the passes, then that means you kind of have to. In my mind, you're changing the way you're playing your game. So now you got to basically change your whole system, your style of football, unless. Magically overnight, Donnarumma
starts working on his distribution,
and then has the ability to pass the ball. But I just find
Ederson
it weird.
Ederson plays with his feet. Yeah, his vision is up there with a central midfielder.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not going to work with Donnarumma, which makes me wonder: are they going to try something totally different? Is this Pep Guardiola 4.0 at Man City, fourth team he's built? Is it new? Is it different?
That's the amazing thing about Guardiola, and I think something
keep redefining himself.
And I think that's something that a lot of people don't talk about enough. Is how many versions of Guardiola we've already seen in the short space of time that he's been here. You know,
do you think it works? So I've got Donnarumma in seventh best signing of the top, which is high.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to work and be a good player for Man City?
I think he will have big moments for City. I think he will get maybe in the Champions League nights, maybe in big games. I think he will have those moments. Those, like Donnarumma against Arsenal last season and over the 2 legs. I think he will have those type of games, but I do also see a few blunders in him. A few moments of like madness, or
cost them system as well.
So, but also the Trafford deal. How does that affect the Trafford? Because I genuinely thought Trafford was going to be the number 1. So
they thought that, but then the Tottenham game happened.
Yeah. But then I think the Tottenham game is harsh because I think that was an instruction from Pep.
No, but Liban, man.
Yeah. I know it was a big mistake. It was a bad mistake.
Like, you can't...
It was a bad one.
The brilliance of Liverpool of late. Yeah. And Arsenal to a degree. Arsenal deserve praise here as well. They've made it so that you simply can't drop points like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no room for...
error.
You know, if this was... if this conversation and this incident happened in 1995... it wouldn't matter. Because you only needed 72 points to win the league. Yeah. Now, to win the league this year, I think everybody will agree that you need minimum 90.
Yeah.
You can't be dropping points like that.
Yeah.
You can't be giving goals away.
Yeah.
So I think Guardiola might have looked at that one moment, and I know you think it's harsh.
Yeah.
And I probably agree with you.
Yeah.
But one more of those, you don't win the league.
I get... No, you know what it is? It is margins. Yeah. It's literally margins. Yeah. And I just feel like Trafford... I think he is good enough to play with the ball at his feet. I just think in that moment, obviously, new team, maybe the pressure, instructions, and maybe just got a bit too much for him. But I think it's a goalkeeper that, in my opinion, they maybe should just give him a bit more patience. And I think
it will come though. He'll get the opportunities. Yeah. But he won't be number 1.
No.
And maybe he's not ready for number 1.
Yeah. But the annoying thing is that he had offers, or not offers, well, he has suitors from Newcastle United who were looking at him saying he could potentially be the number one. So now it's like you're number 2 now, and Man City you've gone back to square one again. So I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out.
See how it goes. Yeah. Who did you go for? So I went Donnarumma 7. Who did you go 7?
I went for Mohamed Kudus. So I only went Polina. I went Kudus. Like, we already know how good of a player Kudus is. Like,
do you know what's so good? Do you know what's so good about it as well, from a Tottenham perspective? Yeah. Tottenham and West Ham hate each other. Yeah. And they've just taken one of their best players and laughed about it and did it quietly and did it easily. And then he's brilliant. How good was he against Paris Saint-Germain?
Ridiculous.
I couldn't believe it.
Richarlison came out after the first opening game and was like, this guy's not Ghanaian, he's Brazilian.
That's what he said.
Literally said, he's Brazilian. This guy's Brazilian. Because the way he plays, bro, they not only have they got a very good player and a good player that can get goals and create goals, but they've also got a player that you want to pay your money to go watch, you want to go to the stadium to watch them type of players.
Was he at Ajax with Ten Hag?
Yes,
I think he was.
And
when Man United was signing all of the Ajax, like Anthony and players that Ten Hag had a relationship with, how's Mohamed Kudus not a Man United player?
He had the option between Anthony and Mohamed Kudus, and went for Anthony. Like,
when you hear that,
it's
sackable, isn't it? It's like the fact that he bought Onana. Yeah, it's the fact that he bought Onana. Like, this guy. Look, what? How have you done this?
It's
because
he's put us as much as obviously people know my opinions on Ten Hag. I just think the players he brought in at United we're feeling the effects of it now.
Yeah, it's a hangover, isn't it? Now,
we're really feeling it now. Yeah. So to be fair, Amra's trying to do a clean-up job. It's not easy. Yeah. He's trying, but Kudus.
So you ain't. I agree.
I wish we had him.
And do you know what? I am now. You know how you said earlier that perhaps your list needed a little bit of evolution when I put someone forward. So Mohamed Kudus isn't on my list, and he probably should be. Yeah. He certainly should be. Actually, I think Kudus is a better signing than Elliott. I should have had him on.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. He's a wicked player. He's a wicked player.
Unreal.
And the statement. Yeah. Tottenham have just gone to a London rival, a big rival, and gone, we'll take your best, one of your best players.
It's nice.
It elevates the feeling of the fans.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, it's 100%. Big. In 6, what do you think of this? I've gone Granit Xhaka. And I could
Yeah.
Do you know what I was going to do?
Yeah.
Just to get your opinion on it, really.
Yeah.
I was going to put him really high, like really high.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I think Granit Xhaka could be, on some metric, the best signing of the summer, if he keeps Sunderland in the league, which I believe he will. He's got the captaincy, he's playing very well already, he's combative, he's aggressive, he's experienced, he's a brilliant footballer. If he keeps Sunderland up, on some level, that is the best signing of the summer.
Yeah, no, of course, 100%. Given the like in terms of respective to Sunderland, 100%.
Couldn't go better than survival is success.
Yeah. You put him in 6th. I actually put him in 5th. So
we agree.
Yeah, so we do kind of agree.
I thought I was going to have to convince you.
No.
You're on this.
I'm with you 100% because I think the quality of player that they're bringing in, the leadership qualities, even the fact that they're, you know, I feel like Granit Xhaka is somebody that I can see even becoming a manager. Like he's like one of those players they feel like managers on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they feel like managers. So I think, I don't know, with Granit, it's just the fact that they've managed to get him. We're talking about a player that just won the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen.
Left the Champions League to come to Sunderland.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they've given him the captaincy straight away. They said to him, look, you've got a role. This is your role for us. And he's just taking it with pride. Yeah. Like you can see already what it means to him and how much he's invested. What do you think of the principle
of that? Like not even with regard to this exact incident, but do you think taking the captain's armband off your captain to give it to somebody arriving who has got prestige, do you think it's a good move or a bad move?
I think it really depends on the personality of the player it's been taken off.
Yeah.
Because they have to also look at the scenario and understand, okay, we've got a player that's a Champions League player, a player that's come from, you know, winning titles, you know, in Germany.
And absolutely.
Had the experience of playing in the Premier League. And then, you know, if someone's got more experience than you know, and it's
you should want them to be, and then you get inspired and learn from them.
And then obviously one day that captaincy may come back to you, and then you've got all these, you've learned all these skills and traits off Granit Xhaka. Yeah. So I think as long as, you know, there's no egos involved, I think it's it's a brilliant decision.
I agree. So I had Xhaka in 6th. You said you had him in 5th. Who did you have in 6th? Have you done your 6th?
I had João Pedro.
Okay.
I had Chelsea, João Pedro.
I got João Pedro. We're very similar here because I got João Pedro 5th.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we just had it the other way around. Yeah. João Pedro. Oh, I wish we signed him.
Perfect, isn't it?
Like he's incredible. He's like one of those. He's a hybrid of a player. He's like a player that can, if you want him to just be lethal in front of goal, he can do that. You know,
but he's also brilliant on the ball.
Can go back in deep, collect the ball, come forward, drive, take on players. He's got a bit of everything, man. And I think he's a signing that I think the type of signing that Chelsea kind of needed. You know? Just 100%. To take that sort of pressure off Cole Palmer, because I think you were too heavy.
So one-dimensional.
Yeah. And now you've got somebody else that can do that.
I think he's absolutely brilliant. I really do. And do you know what he's got? He's got two things in his character that I just love.
Yeah.
He's got like a real element of, what's the right word here? Hate? Is that the right word? Like an edge. Plays with a bit of venom.
Yeah.
Plays with a bit of spite.
Yeah.
Which I think is really good, really important. Like, won't be bullied. Won't be bullied. Will get into a tussle. Will back his teammate. And I like that. And do you know the other thing that is so valuable? Like, big goals. Like, I remember he scored a goal. He scored a last-minute winner for Brighton against Marseille.
Yes.
Like, you think about...
I remember that.
Think about the size of Marseille. Marseille won the European Cup. You know what I mean? Like, Jean-Pierre Papin and Chris Waddle. Like, Marseille, a big club. Big history. And he scored a winner against them for Brighton.
Yeah.
He's ready for those kind of moments.
Yeah.
So I think having him... it's actually... I think you could argue that not necessarily the way that it's worked out, because nobody could have predicted that Cole Palmer would become the player that he's become.
Yeah.
But in terms of like signing a proven player or somebody that... I think it's one of the best signings that Clear Lake have made.
Yeah. No, 100%. He can go...
Brazil international.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that statement fully. I think he could go on to be one of the... Obviously, Cole Palmer. We know about Cole Palmer. But after that, I think it can definitely be João Pedro. And I think... You know, even the way he's arrived at the club and during the Club World Cup, scoring straight away against his former club. It's kind of like, you know, sometimes you look at a signing, you look at those type of moments, you think this has just got success written over it.
Ready.
Like this has got By the time he leaves Chelsea, he's gonna be like a you know.
I agree. And also when he leaves, you're looking at how good he is. You look at the career trajectory. It's like Real Madrid, Barcelona levels, isn't it? Like that's the kind of player that he's going to go on to. I think he's sensational.
I think you guys got a good track record as well with Brazilians. I feel like you lot tend to have like all the Brazilians that tend to come.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah. Ramirez, I remember as well.
good man.
Yeah.
You're a good man. That's why you're here. That's why you're the main man. Absolutely. Not enough people talk about it. He was an amazing
player.
He was an amazing player. And he's completely forgotten. It's a disgrace. The way that people don't acknowledge the true brilliance of Ramirez.
Have you seen him? Have you seen him recently? How he looks? He's got like a high top. He's got a completely different.
Do you know I met him in a restaurant once?
Oh wow!
And I was so starstruck. Yeah. Like I was genuinely like, it would have been, I don't know, 2013, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And I was in a restaurant and he was there with his family, like young family. And I was so excited. I can't tell you how excited I was. It was an amazing
player. He was
player.
a real player. That goal against Barcelona, I'll never forget that goal. The chip.
The audacity to just chip Valdez in the new camp.
And
when you're losing and down to 10 men. You get put through on goal. You could do anything. You could lash it. You just dink it.
Yeah. And the celebration to go with it. Everything about that was.
Isn't even the kind of player that he was supposed. Do you know? I've got.
Because
all I'm going to do is I was going to talk about Ramirez.
It becomes the Ramirez show.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I've got Ramirez there. Do you know I've gone in fourth?
Yeah, who?
I've gone Jack Grealish.
Okay, so now we're
now this is one that I've like rated high.
Yeah.
I just think Jack Grealish is up there with the most talented players in the league.
Okay,
I really do. I just think I think he is a star. Yeah. I think he's a Hollywood footballer who's had his wings clipped for far too long. Yeah, he's won the silverware and he's earned the money. Yeah, and I like him, but I think now what we're going to see the expression back. Yeah, and David Moyes. Like David Moyes over the years he's not stereotypically the kind of manager that you associate with the freedom.
Yes.
But he has done it at times. Lucas Paquetá, for example, Mikel Arteta at Everton, for example, he let him play. I think that he even said I think in his first interview, I heard it on Match of the Day, he sort of went, I knew Grealish was good. Yeah. But I didn't know he's that good.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to give him a free role. And Grealish is going to have potentially one of the best seasons he ever had.
Yeah, no, 100%. And he's got a point. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder as well. He's got a point to prove.
England next year.
Yes. So I think he's hungry. Obviously, he's been disgruntled with how things ended with City. So I think he's kind of in a good way.
Yeah, point to prove.
Yeah, playing
and he looks happy.
No, definitely. And
Smiling.
I think Jack Grealish is at his best when he is happy. I think when you saw when on those final seasons that Aston Villa, even in England during the Euros when he was coming, it just looked like somebody that was just happy and just enjoying this football.
Yeah, he's definitely an environment player.
Yeah,
if things are going well, and they are, and he's got the kind of players that he's going to want to link up with.
Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall's the kind of player he'll link up with. Dibbling's the kind of player he'll link up with.
And they're cooking something really special over there.
They've got a good manager as well.
New stadium as well.
New stadium, good manager. Yeah. Iconic players. Yeah. I think Jack Grealish, especially for the money, it's not dear.
Yeah.
50 million quid max. Isn't it? I think it's a really good signing.
Yeah.
And I've gone Jack Grealish in fourth.
No, it's hard when you discuss it. It's very hard to put it that way, especially given how poor Everton have done over the last couple of seasons. Yeah. This is a sign that could generally get them into at least the mid-table, maybe challenging, pushing for those European.
And that's why it
spots.
why it could be a really good signing for Everton, because Everton last won silverware, Paul Rideout at Wembley in 1995.
Oh wow!
And they're a big club.
That's
when
I
think
was
how many league titles. That's what I was right. So that's how long ago it was that they won silverware.
Yeah.
If Jack Grealish is involved in this team winning silver, say they win a League Cup, he suddenly goes down as one of the best signings that they've made Premier League era.
Yeah, 100%.
So it could go really well. So I've gone Grealish in fourth. Have you got your fourth?
Yeah, I put, this one's going to be a little bit biased, but I put Mbeumo. I know we discussed this kind of early, but I put Mbeumo just because
he's your Mane.
He's your Mane, he could be our Salah, but just because I think he's definitely a player that Man United needed. And given the context that we finished 15th, 16th last year, and you got a player that, in terms of metrics, is probably one of the best in terms of goals output, scoring, creating chances. He's probably one of the best wingers in the league. And the fact that we're still able to get him in and is a player that really desperately wanted to join, man. I think that's the key thing.
That's
here.
Relevant.
It's the fact that he really wanted to join us, And I genuinely think this could be the spark of something for Man United, not just for this season, but just going forward, even now, these first few games of the season, he's been one of our brightest sparks. He's already got 2 goals for us, in what is right now a little bit turmoil for United. So if he can do it now in this situation and still play how he's playing,
do you think how good is Bryan Mbeumo? Like, you know that question. Like, for example, do you think he is? If the tiers are world class, potentially world class, brilliant Premier League player. a good Premier League player. Like, what do you think his ceiling is? If it goes really well for him, is Brian Mbeumo ever, even best case scenario, is he ever a world-class player?
Oof, has he ever world class? I think he's got the potential to be. I think he does. I think he's... again, I know it's going to sound crazy, but I always compare it to Salah from Roma to Liverpool because I think he's in that similar age where he's waiting to explode. I genuinely believe he's waiting to explode.
He's like the next cab off the rank. You think he's going to be the next superstar?
Yeah, and I think, but it just comes down to the club, how they nurture that, and how, and if they can get the best out of him and make him into that type of player, then there's potential for him to be that player. That's kind of the reason why I put it. It's a lot more biased. It is quite biased why I've put him up there. It's just because I see the vision.
Do you know what?
I see the vision.
It sounds wild when you say things like this. But if when Liverpool would sign Mohamed Salah, if I went, there's a genuine chance that he will break Ian Rush's all-time record on the day that he signed. People would say I was insane.
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas it's unlikely, but he might do that. He might break Ian Rush's record, which is like, some records in football, you feel like they're going to stand the test forever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone will ever concede less than Chelsea's 15 goals.
No, never.
I don't think anyone will ever go unbeaten again, to be honest. The Arsenal Invincibles.
Yes.
I kind of think that's to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho's home record, I feel like that will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
I kind of think this one.
Yeah.
I kind of think that record, that Ian Rush record was supposed to just live forever.
Yeah.
And Salah's looking at it going, it's a long way off, but don't doubt me.
I mean, 100%. And I think that's what's still keeping him there.
Yeah.
Generally, I think he's got an eye for that.
Yeah.
And I'll never put it past him. It is going to be difficult, but I wouldn't even dare try to say he can't do that.
No.
I wouldn't even dare to say it.
So you went in Burma.
Yeah, I went for Burma, but this is more bias.
Yeah.
It's an element of bias.
Yeah.
And it's just that I see the vision for that signing. I see the vision. Yeah. Just if everything else clicks on,
fair.
for him. So
that's top three, man. This is it now. And I've gone third, Florian Wirtz, which is a slight retraction from me. Okay. It's a slight retraction because when they signed Wirtz, I said that's the best signing of the summer, no matter what happens next. Yeah. On the day they signed Wirtz, I went, I don't care what happens now.
Yeah.
That is the signing of the summer.
Yeah.
Nothing can change it.
Yeah.
But then the window went mental. I've got two players above him now.
Yeah.
But I've gone Wirtz in third, which I appreciate is me having to row back on a bold statement that I made recently. But I think he's a brilliant player. I think it will work for him. Do you know where I feel like he could be a bit unlucky?
Yeah.
I think people, I don't mean you and I here, but I feel like the broad football, and particularly online, because you know how grim it can be, I think they're going to be really snide to him.
Yeah.
I think people are going to basically say, because he costs so much money, people are basically going to say, which is totally incorrect, but they will say, unless he is PFA Player of the Year or Team of the Year, unless he's that, he's a failure. Yeah. Which isn't true.
No, I actually spoke about this recently about Wirtz. I was saying that he's never been a player that gets astronomical numbers. Like, he's never been that type of player. Even in the Bundesliga, he's only had his most goals in the Bundesliga season was 11 goals. Yeah. But he's more about the creative influence on the pitch. Yeah. I think that's his biggest strength, and that's his biggest thing that he gives to teams. And I think, obviously, with the price tag, naturally, people are going to be expecting 20-20. You know, like a 15-10. You know, or if he doesn't get the numbers, they're going to sort of use that against him, but he's never been that type of player. And I think
I thought he looked good against Arsenal as well.
Second half he did really turn it up. And you look at other signings like, you know, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, you know, they had slow starts to their Liverpool career.
Yeah, the Arne Slot. Stardust.
And then even when you go to your team, Chelsea, you had Casado and Enzo, big money moves, but even they had a bit of a slow burners, you know. So it may be that he might just be a slow burner, but I don't have any doubts that is a player that by the time he leaves Liverpool, you would say that was a really, really great signing.
And he's going to be at the epicenter of a dynasty team.
Yeah.
Who have you got? So I went him in third. Have you got Wirtz in third as well? Perhaps we've got the same top. Have you got it in the same order, I wonder?
I have a feeling we do.
Who have you gone in second?
I got Eze.
So have I.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you've gone as high with this.
Yeah.
Mate, our opinions chime. This is why I like working with you. I feel like not many people bring up Ramirez, and I don't think many people would have Eze as high as this.
Yeah, I have it for... Obviously, we know the quality of the player. Mate, fantastic. Like, unreal. Like, I think he's definitely a player that Arsenal have been missing for a while, you know. Obviously, they have Odegaard, who's been their sort of creative outlet, but Eze is a type of player that he kind of plays with a bit of swagger. elite ball carrier. You know, someone that, you know, it's almost can make something out of nothing.
When
you know?
he's in full flight.
Yeah.
So Eberechi Eze gliding, not running, gliding with the ball.
Yeah.
It's one of the best visions in football. It's one of my favourite.
100%.
Like, when I try and remove bias, which is very difficult for me, but I think Cole Palmer is my favourite player to watch in the world. Yeah. And obviously, maybe people say that's the Chelsea, and it could well be. But if I take Cole Palmer away, my favourite player to watch, certainly last season, was Eberechi Eze.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this geezer doing?
I went to the Community Shield against Liverpool, and I was at the stand facing towards the goal.
Yeah.
So obviously it was behind the Crystal Palace keeper, and there was times where obviously the ball would go out wide to Eze, and the way he was just gliding easily past
He's such a good player. It's
honestly,
so
like,
easy for him as well.
Too easy.
There was a moment. Palace came to Stamford Bridge first day of the season when he scored that goal.
Yes.
But that's not even one. Of course he scored the goal, and everyone knows about that.
Yeah.
But there was another moment that happened, and I was just like, how good is that?
Yeah.
Wharton picks the ball up, and he does very well, kind of drops his shoulder, and you know the way he uses his body, kind of feints, and he plays a ball out to Eze. It's a very good ball, but it's not a perfect ball.
Yeah.
Kind of goes over Eze's head, and Eze is charging towards the touchline, and the ball is a Rizla paper away from going out. Eze kind of jumps up, pirouettes like a ballerina, and brings it down.
Wow.
Turns and nutmegs Fernandez, and then wins a free kick.
Wow.
And I'm just like, why is he not in a Chelsea shirt? Why is the geezer doing that? Not in a Chelsea shirt. Such a good player.
No, unreal. And also the reason why I had him was also second is just obviously we said already this has been like a crazy transfer window, and one of the biggest stories that we'll always remember from this window, and this is probably going to be one of the biggest highlights. Of course, you got it. We will speak about the Isak deal at some point, but it's the fact that, you know, they also snatched him under the nose of their rivals, their North London rivals, Tottenham, and in the manner in which they did it, the announcement video, you know, the unveiling at the stadium. I think everything about that signing was the drama, the fact that the signing made sense for them, how they did it, how he was unveiled. I think it definitely, when we look back on this signing, we'll be like, that's one of the biggest highlights.
It will be the window as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you think back to this window, there are certain sagas that will live forever.
Yeah.
And I think if you're an Arsenal fan in particular, getting one over on Tottenham in the way that they did, he would sign for Tottenham. It wasn't like everything like that I knew. Yeah. It was Tottenham.
Yeah.
And suddenly Arsenal poach him.
Yeah.
So I just think that he's such a good player.
And the fact that he called Arteta, Arteta on the Wednesday saying, "Is there any chance?
Really?
Yeah, I could go to Arsenal."
And Arteta obviously said, "Yeah."
They said, "No, we got to do it."
And he's exactly what Arteta needed.
100%.
You know, when you looked at the Arsenal squad, everybody would talk about the centre forward. It almost became boring. Centre forward. You're like, yeah, they do need that, but they need some ingenuity.
Yeah.
And he is just the perfect signing. And you know, they got their goal scorer as well. But I love Eze. I just love. You ever met him?
Never met him. I know we got mutual friends.
Have you?
But, yeah, but I've never personally met him. But he seems like a nice guy. Yeah.
Do you know as well? I find this so like interesting. During the summer, don't know if you saw this, but he's like incredibly bright.
Yeah.
Like chess champion.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He entered a chess tournament.
Yeah.
Just like for anyone, like we could have entered.
Yeah.
Entered a chess tournament where you all pay. That's like £100 to enter.
Yeah.
And the winner walked away with about 15 grand.
Yeah. And he won it. He won it. Yeah. I seen it. Like, I seen it. Yeah.
Do you know, I'd love to explore that.
Yeah.
With chess, obviously I'm not a chess whiz at all. I vaguely know how to play. But it's all about thinking 3-4 steps ahead, and does that impact his football?
I think it does. I think those type of skills translate.
Yeah,
definitely probably translate onto the pitch. Yeah, 100%.
Such an interesting character.
Have you seen the video of him playing chess against Richard Branson?
Yeah,
that's great. That's incredible.
It's incredible.
That's incredible.
Doing the stop where they stop the thing.
Yeah, no, that's incredible.
Unreal player.
He seems like a good guy.
Seems like a good guy.
Yeah, proper good guy.
Good guy. Clever.
Yeah.
Clever and a beautiful footballer as well.
It hurts me that he's at Arsenal now, because now I've got to.
I know. When he was at Palace, I didn't feel ashamed to go, one of my favourite players in the league is at Palace. I'm not saying it anymore.
Yeah.
I'll never say that sentence again.
No, you can't.
I can't say it. I've got to just think of Eze as a Palace player. I can't enjoy him anymore.
But he could be the difference. Generally, he could be the difference for Arsenal winning the league this year.
Doubt.
You know, which frightens me.
If Arsenal win it, it will be him.
Yeah.
If it goes,
100%.
Saka is unrivaled.
Yeah.
But the difference maker will be Eze.
100%.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But the jewel in the crown of the transfer window, we obviously agree.
Yeah. Has to be Isak.
Lindelof.
Imagine on a free transfer.
No,
to Aston Villa.
it's obviously obviously Alexander Isak. What a saga! What a story! What a window!
Yeah. Has to be. What's your thoughts on the whole saga and like how he's on both sides? How the club dealt with it, but also how the player dealt with it.
I get a lot of stick for this. People don't like my opinion on this, but I think Alexander Isak did the right thing. I really do. I think rocking the boat, I appreciate that some will say it's unprofessional and some will say it's sort of treasonous, you know, Judas-like. But you have to, for your ambition, for your career, you have to do your best to get to go and play for the very best. Harry Kane made a massive mistake not agitating to go and play for Man City.
Yeah.
If Harry Kane had done what Isak did, Harry Kane would have a Ballon d'Or now.
Yeah.
He would have played for Man City, he would have won a treble, he would have scored 1 billion goals, and he would have a Ballon d'Or and the 260 record. He didn't agitate, and what's he got to show for it? A Bundesliga.
Yeah.
3 years later.
Yeah, it's true.
You've got to do it.
No, I do agree to some extent. I do think if you look at the way the transfer window ended, Wirtz and Isak, 2 players that caused havoc, got what they wanted. Martin Gay, the nice guy, you know, he did everything by the book, did everything the right way, you know. Ultimately, you know, got done. He got done. Yeah. So there is a point in that, you know, like people that were saying that Isak was wrong for doing what he did. If you look at the way the window transpired, you know, he had every right to kind of.
He did the right thing.
Yeah,
I think he did the right thing anyway.
Yeah.
And he is now part of one of the best teams ever assembled.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. Jamie Carragher wrote an article in the Telegraph.
Yeah.
And he basically said that Liverpool are now the Galacticos. Remember when the Galactico era? Beckham, Zidane, Figo, Roberto Carlos.
Yeah.
He said Liverpool are now the Galacticos, and it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, 100%.
Like, you know, when you think about that sort of, it's not necessarily a spine in the tradition. It's not like Czech, Terry, Lampard, Drogba. It's not a spine like that. But in terms of their big player spine, Alisson, Van Dijk, Salah, Wirtz, Isak.
Yeah.
I think it is. Do you know what I've just realised? We've both made a massive mistake in this.
Yeah.
Ekitike.
I know. I thought about him, but the thing is, Wirtz, for me, I had to put Wirtz. Had to be in. Yeah, the only thing about Ekitike, I think he's an unreal player. It's just that now I'm a bit unsure because the Isak signing. I don't know how now that impacts.
Yeah, that's
him.
true. Okay,
that's why
you rationalised it well. Me too.
That's the only reason I kind of had to have a bit of a doubt for that. Yeah. Because I was like, you know what? Okay, if they get Isak, how does that actually impact it? Does he start on the slightly drift out on the left?
Yeah.
Where, you know, I don't know how that.
I think he will. I think he'll have to go out on the left.
Yeah.
So you can't play Isak out.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't.
This for Liverpool now. I think that we are about to witness history.
Yeah.
I think we're about to witness. You had a bold prediction earlier. I'll give you one back.
Go on.
Liverpool this season, they will accrue 100 points.
100 points? Wow. 100 points. How many trophies do you reckon they'll win? Just a Prem? So
European Cup.
So Champions League as well.
I don't think they'll do a quadruple. I don't think they'll come close to a quadruple. And I'm sure Liverpool fans don't even want to talk about quadruples. It's had a bad impact on them.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they'll try to.
Yeah.
I don't even think they should try to.
Yeah.
Because what they can realistically do is lift the European Cup in Budapest and win the Premier League by 100 points. I think they can do it.
My thing with Liverpool is I think they will outscore teams this season. So I think they will score a lot of goals. I think they will kind of go into games thinking, no matter what you do, we're always going to score more goals. Yeah. I just have question marks about their defensive side of things. Right? That's the only thing.
In depth, but not in terms of first team person.
No. First team person,
Like Konate, people talk about Konate like he's useless.
Yeah.
Brilliant player.
Yeah, but he just kind of started shaky this season. And I don't know if his mind is elsewhere.
He was good recent, like in the most recent game against Arsenal. I thought he was very good.
Yeah, he was.
But I would also say that even if there is a frailty to the defence, and I would argue that because I mean Gravenberch can play their slot seven, but even if there is a frailty, I think they'll only have to get to January before they go in for Gay again or whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, no one else is going to have the ball.
Yeah.
To score against.
Look,
it could be a problem when they come up against Real Madrid. Could be a problem when they come up against even Man City.
Yeah.
But 90% of the games they play, they're going to have all the ball anyway.
No, 100%. I watched them in the Community Shield, and the way they just look so athletic, and how fast they win the ball back.
Yeah.
That was the scary part. I think that's the thing that impressed me the most. It's like, not only do they play the fluid football and they can keep the ball very well and attack so efficiently, they can also, when they don't have the ball, they can win it back so quick.
They've got everything. They're fighters, and they're like warriors, but also silky footballers. They got it all. They're amazing.
The league's in trouble. The league's in trouble. But we gotta wait and see how it what kind of plays out.
But Isak up front, man. Isak is the signing of the window.
100%.
An honour.
No, bro. I am honestly.
It's a joy to have you on the channel. Thank you so much. Make sure that you subscribe to Liban's YouTube channel. It's brand new. The link is in the description below, so go and check it out. There's some wonderful content on there. And one day, who knows, I might even get the invite. Let us know your thoughts on this video. Let us know, do you agree with our list? Let us know your top 10 list in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please click subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da!